Restaurant waitstaff and hosts and hostesses ensure dining customers have a satisfying experience. Waiters and waitresses, also called servers, take orders and serve food and beverages to customers in dining establishments. Restaurant hosts and hostesses greet customers and manage reservations and waiting lists. Servers may meet with supervisors to learn details about the menu and discuss food safety concerns. When serving alcohol, servers check customers' identification to verify their age. In casual dining restaurants, fast, efficient, courteous service is the priority, while in fine dining establishments, servers and host staff emphasize personal, attentive treatment at a more leisurely pace. Some servers work in places other than restaurants. They may deliver meals to hotel or hospital rooms, or even bring orders to customers in parked cars. Waitstaff and hosts and hostesses are on their feet most of the time and may carry heavy trays and hot plates. Even during fast-paced times, they must ensure that customers receive prompt service. Part-time work is very common, often with morning or evening shifts, including weekends and holidays. Some establishments are only open seasonally. In some restaurants, host staff are required to wear formal attire and wait staff wear uniforms. Wait staff typically learn through on-the-job training with experienced servers, and in most cases there are no specific education or experience requirements. Some states require safety training for staff who handle food.
There are many festive occasions to set a table fit for a banquet. We will show you step by step how to set a table for a 5-course meal. A beautiful tablecloth is always a special way to dress a table. Make sure that the place settings are exactly opposite each other. The backs of the chairs can act as a guide. Allow 50 to 70 centimeters for each person. Start with a charger plate. This is a decorative base for a place setting and is positioned exactly in the middle. It should be about a thumb's width from the edge of the table. This is called the baseline. After the appetizer course, the charger plate is cleared away with the appetizer plate. If you want the table to look particularly festive, you can delicately place an attractive napkin on the charger plate. Classic napkins made of linen and measuring 50 by 50 centimeters are suitable for this. An individual menu card adds a personal touch to any place setting. The cutlery required will of course depend on the food you have chosen to serve. In our example, we will be serving beef tenderloin for the main course. Lay the dinner knife to the right and the dinner fork to the left of the charger plate, placing them the same distance away from the edge of the table. The cutting edge of the knife should always be facing towards the plate. We will be serving a fish course. Lay the fish cutlery next to the main course cutlery in the same arrangement. Push the fork up slightly. Line up the ends of the prongs on the fish fork with the heights of the tips of the prongs on the dinner fork. If you have opted to serve a different entrance course, replace the fish cutlery with other dinner cutlery of the appropriate type. Lay the fork for the entrance course in the same arrangement. It is the only fork in the setting which is pushed upwards. All the other forks on this side are lined up with the baseline. If a soup will be served as the appetizer, add the soup spoon now. Place the soup spoon on the right at the same height as the knives. We have decided to serve a salad as the appetizer. We need additional cutlery for this. Again, this is aligned with the baseline. Then place a side plate for bread to the left of the place setting. Position the top edge of the plate at about the same height as the prongs on the fork, which was pushed up. Place a small knife on the plate with the cutting edge pointing to the left. The classic choice here is a spreader knife, where the tip of the knife is slightly wider. This is particularly good for spreading butter. A dessert knife, which is just a little larger, is also suitable. Place the dessert cutlery above the plates, parallel to the edge of the table and along the top line. We will be serving chocolate cake for dessert, so we will need a dessert spoon and a dessert fork. Place the spoon at the top, pointing to the left. Place the fork below, pointing to the right. Now we will put the glasses in position. The first glass or main glass will be a red wine glass, in this case to go with our main course. Place it exactly above the main course knife at the height of the dessert cutlery, where the top line and the knife line meet. Select any further glasses needed to go with the dishes and place them right next to the main glass in a line. The second wine glass and water goblet will be placed on the right side. We hope you will be pleased with your banquet table. Your dinner guests will love it.
Now we will talk about the most important part of the training, serving the customer. This stage requires total dedication from the professional, since the customer is the most important person for the restaurant.
The host or lead server should greet the clients and take them to their table, helping them if necessary. He or she should give them the menu and leave, so the server can greet the table. The menu is a list of plates and drinks served in the restaurant and their respective prices. Once the menu is presented to the customers, the server should prepare to take their orders. Upon arrival at the table, the server should greet the customers. As the customers put in their requests, the server should note the customer's order and any extra details on their server's pad. The server should also note in what order the food should arrive to the table and for which guests. Also, the server should note the drinks and food separately.
Nowadays, many restaurants use integrated computer systems that connect the kitchen to the dining room and register. The servers use a server's pad to take the order at the table, and then they input the order into the computer in the dining room. The order is then transmitted to the expo line or to the kitchen. With progressions in technology, some restaurants will use tablets to take down the order, so it can be transmitted directly while the server is at the table.
After taking down the order, the server should repeat back the order to the customers to double-check for accuracy, collect the menus, and excuse themselves from the table.
Once the order has been taken, the server should put it into the computer system or the appropriate system for their restaurant. In some restaurants, the server will need to take the order to the kitchen and communicate the order to the chef or the leader of the line, also known as the expediter. Next, the server should adapt the table settings to the client's orders and take away any utensils from the mise en place that will not be used. While collecting the items, the server should be on the right side of each customer. Place the items carefully on a tray and take them to the expo line.
I'm actually going to get my third seat first. I'm going to put this in my left hand. Again, this is just me personally. You may prefer to use your right hand with this. I am right-handed, but I'm still going to be carrying multiple plates with my left hand. Just personal preference, all right? Now, from here, what I'm doing with this plate here, look how I'm holding that, all right? My thumb is coming over top along with my pinky. My pinky ain't really all the way, it's not grabbing it. It's just kind of hooked up on the edge of that plate. See what I got going on the back side? Right there. All right. Now I'm gonna grab my second plate. This one here is gonna rest on my thumb, my pinky, and my forearm. All right. That's how it's gonna look right there. What that does, I don't want this. What I don't want, if I'm holding it with just my thumb with my other pinky underneath here, I got this resting on my thumb and that plate sitting on top of that, that's just not a really stable carry. That can slide off, and it's a health code violation, all right? There's the bottom of a plate touching the top of a plate with food on it. So that's why my little pinky is gonna be sticking up here, and this one's gonna be resting. My thumb, pinky, and then my third point of contact is gonna be right on my forearm, like that. All right, you see how flat that is? It's straightened out, and that's stable. Next, I'm grabbing my first plate with my right hand. Now, another thing to pay attention to here. Look how I'm carrying that. I ain't doing this. I'm not like getting my thumb wrapped hard on the edge of this plate. I don't need my fingers sticking up in people's food, obviously, right? Quick tip on running food. I'm looking at my ticket. Now, I went ahead and already took note of which plate is which seat, right? But I want to look at seat number and then table number. So I already get set up. It's like, all right, I know this is my seat 1. I know this is my seat 2. I know this is my seat 3. And then I'm gonna look at my table number. I'm going to table 10. When you look at the table number first and you're like, all right, this is going to table 10. All right, this is seat 1, this is seat 2, this is seat 3. Wait, which table am I going to again? That's 10. And I'm burning time, all right? So again, I'm looking at seat numbers and then my table number. All right, let's get